Now next topic we are going to discuss is the differentiation of a function. So first of all, we just go for the theoretical concept how the derivative of functions can be evaluated. Last year in 11th standard we have discussed about the differentiation by using the formula form. Now here also somewhat that theoretical concept we are going to introduce, then we come to the working rule. In general, if any of the function is available in form of x, so when you are going to write its derivation, it can be expressed as limit form, limit h tends to 0, f x plus h minus fx upon h. So this is the standard form what we have to follow while writing derivative of any of the function. For derivation you can use this dash symbol. Now if at any point you are going to check the differentiability of any of the function, so in place of x you will write that particular point, and if you are going for verification whether this function is differentiable or not, so at that time for a particular point if you are talking about a point, so at that time for existence of a differentiability you will check about the left limit solution and right limit solution. So it is to be bifurcated into two parts, that is left limit solution and right limit solution. For left limit, limit h tends to 0, in place of x you will write a, as in the previous case while we were checking the continuity. For left limit we have checked here minus h, so here also in place of x plus h for left limit checking you will use a minus h minus fa upon, in short you can say a minus h minus a, or this can be replaced by minus h only. Secondly, for right limit solution if you are talking about, you will go for the evaluation is limit h tends to 0, f of a plus h minus fa upon a plus h minus a, or directly it can be written as h only. Here it can be directly written as minus h. So this way, if these two solutions are same, so at that time you can say that your given function is differentiable at the given point. If these two are not going to be matched, that means given function is not differentiable at given point. So this is a theoretical concept for evaluation of a differentiation of a function. Now we look at some basic working rules regarding the differentiation of a function, that also we have discussed last year, so let them revise. First and the basic working rule is if your functions are written with addition or subtraction form, here it may be more than two functions with plus or minus sign. So while writing the differentiation, derivation of the individual we can write. In between whatever the sign it is written, you have to follow the same. So this is applicable when functions are written with the additive form or subtraction form. Secondly, if your functions are available with the product form, it may be more than two functions which are written in a product form. So the working rule, any of the function you can place at the first position and go for writing the differentiation of one function only. If here three functions are available, so two functions you will write at the first position and go for writing the derivation of single function. Now repeat in a cyclic order what you have derived at the first stage, make it place at the first position, followed by derivation of the another one. So you can see at one time you are going to differentiate only one function, others are going to place at the multiple position. Now third one and the important form is a f by g form. If your functions are available in a fraction form, so at that time this will be the method you will follow. Everybody is clear about? I am just repeating all this. First of all, denominator function you will make it a square, then the same function you will write at the first position, followed by differentiation of the numerator. In between minus is compulsory. Now reverse order. Numerator function you will write as a multiple form, followed by differentiation of the denominator. So this way, if your terms are available with the fractional form, your derivation will come out. So these are the basic rules you have to follow while writing the derivation of any of the function. Now one more rule we have introduced, that was the chain rule. In chain rule, for making better understanding of the chain rule, one example we can take here. Suppose we are having here sine, this is your y, log x square plus 1. Suppose this type of combination we are having. So here you can see sine is first function, log is the another one, and this is the third one. So how to make it differentiate? What are the differentiation? That we are not going to write. Only the rule I am going to tell you. Before that we will make a list of all the formulas and then we will go for solution. Now here, if you are going to find out the derivative of that, so first of all you will have the derivation of main function, that is your sine. This whole you will treat as a theta angle. So this is sine log x square plus 1 into, move to the second term, and it's a derivative you will write as a product form, that is log of x square plus 1. Now further, as a product form you will move to the third function and write at last the derivation of the third function. So what the derivation of sine you will write here, what the derivation of log you will write here, what the derivation of x square plus 1 you will write here, and all the terms you will write in a product form. So this way the chain rule is to be implemented. Now second and the basic concept regarding that you can say again apart as a chain rule, if any of the term is available with certain power, this square is a square of the sine term. So how to make it to differentiate? To make its a differentiation, first of all you will consider this one as a end form and this one as a base x. So first of all with respect to this power you will make it differentiate, then come to the main function. So when you are going to write a derivative of this one, so this 2 will come here, then sine x, power will reduce, then you will go for writing the derivation of sine of x. So this way this type of powers are to be handled. Now before we write some more combined form, we just go for the formula list for derivation. That is also a revised one for revision purpose only. That list already we have discussed last year. So basically differentiation of any of the constant you will write as 0. Secondly, differentiation of the term with x power n, means base should be n, base should be x with power n, it may be a fractional plus minus anything. So at that time, its differentiation you will write as n x power n minus 1. Third one, differentiation of e power x. So this will remain same, e power x. 4, differentiation of a power x. So a power x log of a. This is the additional term you will have here. Differentiation of log of x, that is 1 by x. Now one thing is should be very clear. While writing the derivation of log term, its base should be e. If nothing is written, that means it is understood that it is carrying base e. If suppose this way your question is being written, it can't be differentiated. First of all, its base to be changed and then go for writing its derivation. So that is an important thing regarding your log term. Next is now we come for trigonometrical solution. So derivative of the sine is cos. Next, differentiation of cos is minus sine. Differentiation of tan term, tan x, that is sec square x. Differentiation of seg x, that is your seg x into tan x. Differentiation of cot of x, that will be minus cosec square x. Differentiation of cosec x, that is minus cosec of x into cot of x. So these are the basic derivative we will use in the next exercise. Now new formula will also be introduced, but afterwards, so just now I am not going to list out. So by using this basic formula form, we will start with the exercise 5.2 and try to understand what the form is available. Now here in exercise 5.2, we are having first question in which your function is available as sine x square plus 5. Now to denote derivative of any of the function, you can use any of the notation. Function, it may be expressed as a y or fx form. Its a derivation you can write as either dy by dx if with respect to x you are going to derive, or y1 or y dash or f dash x for single derivation. So any of the symbol you can use for writing the differentiation. Now here with respect to x we will go for writing the differentiation. So here differentiate with respect to x. So this will be your dy by dx. As I told just now that if more than two functions are written in a combined form, you will implement the chain rule. So here you can see sine and this algebraic function, these two functions are written in a combined form. So here you will implement the chain rule. So first of all you will go for writing derivation for sine term, then derivation of this inside bracketed term. So this is the differentiation of x square plus 5. Now this is to be treated as a theta or x. So differentiation of sine x was cos of x. So derivation of this whole combination, it will be cos x square plus 5 into derivation of sine square and 5. This is the derivation of x square plus 5. X square means as a x power n it is to be treated. So this will be your 2 x power 2 minus 1. This is being constant, so its derivation will be 0. This is cos x square plus 5. This will be 2 minus 1 means 2x. So finally, derivation of this given combination you will have is 2x into cos x square plus 5. So this way you have to handle the situation. Whatever the combination it is available, first to go for the study and then write the derived form. Next we are going to move at question number 4 of the same exercise. As your question 4 is available is y is equal to sec 10 and under root of x. Here you can see in your given question 3 terms are written, sec 10 and the third one is under root of x, means 3 functions are combined as a single function form. So again you will implement your chain rule over here. So first of all, differentiate with respect to x. So dy by dx, first you will write the derivative of this sec. So differentiation of this sec, this remaining terms you will write as such as a theta form. Then move towards the second one, derivation of 10 under root of x into, lastly move towards the last function, that is under root of x. So here first of all this bracketed term you will treat as a theta or x. So derivation of sec x we have written as sec x into tan x. So its a derivation you will write here as sec of this angle into tan of the same angle. Move to the next derivation point, differentiation of tan under root of x. So differentiation of tan x, what we have written, sec square x. So here it will be come out as sec square under root of x. Now this under root x you will treat as x power half. So it is again to be treated as a x power n derivation. So it will be your half x power half minus 1. So as a combined form, this half it will be come out over here. Here this will give you power half, x power minus half, means 1 by under root of x. Now none of the combination is going to be combined, so as such it is to be copied. So this way, when 3 combinations are written with a single form, you can implement the chain rule to find out the solution. Now next category we are having f by g form. Next is question number 5, in which your y is available is sine ax plus b upon cos cx plus d. Here you can see your question is available in a f by g form. So here what the formula we have written regarding f by g form you will implement over here. So differentiate with respect to x. dy by dx, first of all, square of this denominator term. This denominator term you will write as such. Here you will write differentiation of this numerator term, that is sin ax plus b. In between minus is compulsory. Again you will write here sin ax plus b at the first position, followed by derivation of this denominator term. Now we will write the respective derivation where it is required. Cos square cx plus d, this is cos cx plus d, derivation of sin ax plus b, so differentiation of the sin is your cos ax plus b. Here also you can see as the angle form of the sin ax plus b is given, so for this ax also we will write the derivation. So for x you will have as a 1, so a will come, and being a constant for b it will be 0. Move to the next, minus sin ax plus b, derivation of cos is negative quantity, so it will be come out as minus sin cx plus d, and as a product form again you will have c plus 0. For x it will be turned as 1. So this way this derivation will be complete. Now write the combined form what we are having here. This a constant you will write at first position. Write with the further one cos ax plus b cos cx plus d minus, here your c is the constant one, so it will be your sin ax plus b minus minus plus sin cx plus d. As a denominator, this term is to be write as such. Now one more deduction form you can write it here, that is this cos square cx plus d, keep under the each combination, so this tangent and sec further it can be right, otherwise this way also it can be written the final answer form. Now one more question we look at with the same category, that is question number 7, in which y is available as 2 under root cot and x square. Here we write this question as cot of x square with power half. So here you see this 2 is being a constant, so there is a no interfere of this 2. Cot x square with power half. So first of all, this cot x square you will treat as a single term, and as a x power half first it is to be derived, then further you will implement it's a chain rule. So differentiate with respect to x. So dy by dx, here you will write this 2 as such. Then as a x power half it is to be treated, means 1 upon 2 cot x square 1 by 2 minus 1 into differentiation of cot x square, and then finally differentiation of x square. So again it is a category of chain rule. Here you can say this 2 and 2 cut. This power will be minus half. So this is your cot x square with power minus half. This you can write as 1 upon under root form. Derivation of cot we are having as a minus cosec square. So this will be the minus cosec square x square into derivation of x square as a x power n you will write as 2x. So here we write the combined form. Minus you can take place at the first position, 2x. This minus half you can write as a under root of cot x square into this cosec square x square. So this way you can write a derivation of a given function. It doesn't matter that which form it is available. If your method is clear, your concept is clear, you can implement to the given function form. So further we will discuss about the more differentiation of the function using the inverse of the function formula. Till then you solve the questions which are available in the exercise. Thank you.